Now you've got a pretty good handle at this point on how to run Nmap scans. What you probably want to do, or what you may want to do certainly, is you may want to save the output. There are a couple of reasons for that. If we save the output, we can import that output into different tools. For example, Metasploit will take Nmap output, and we can import Nmap into Metasploit. We're going to run some scans here, and then we're just going to output them to particular files. Let's use the scan that we just used. So once we've got our scan, now we can tack on, and this can actually go anywhere. I'm just tacking it onto the end. So I'm going to say -O capital N, and this is going to be output dot NMP. Doesn't really matter what the extension is. So this is going to be normal output. So I'm going to get my response, and you can see that I've got output.nmp, and this is just a plain text normal output that actually tells us what the command line was at the head of the file. Now, I can also do XML output. So if I just change the capital N to a capital X, and then we'll actually do .xml here. Now we can say output.xml, and there's the XML. The funny thing about security folks and programmers, probably specifically, is there is generally a pretty decent sense of humor amongst them, and sometimes a bit of an odd sense of humor. So the guys who wrote Nmap got a little bit of grief very early on from a particular class of folks. And so they created this particular type of output. And I'm going to generate that, and then we can say .l3t, and you may be able to recognize how this has been encoded. This actually is a bit of a joke. You would probably never use this unless you just wanted to be funny or send it off to a friend or whatever. But this is an output option. You can also do greppable output. So I could change this to -G, and then we can say output dot L3T, overwrote that. And so this is greppable output. So it's structured in a way that you could use grep to search for information within the file. This is really helpful if you've got a lot of output and you want to be able to extract particular pieces of information from it. So there are multiple types of output formats that Nmap will support. You're probably going to use, say, the XML or the normal on a regular basis when you want to input into another program. Probably the XML is going to work better for you there because it's very well structured and it's easily readable by the program that you may want to interface with. But if you just want to store output for your own purposes, you can pick whichever of these is going to suit you best.